Morning everybody, welcome to class. Thank you for joining me again. Day 4 of the 5 Tibetan rites we're going to do this morning, and I know that some of you have been increasing up to 7. So today I'm going to talk and walk you through 7 of each, but of course I want you to remember, if you need to just stop at 3 or 5, that's okay. There's no pressure on you to keep increasing them. In a traditional Tibetan practice, and what I'll be encouraging you to do at the end of this week, because obviously this week is more about me being able to walk you through, and if you want to come back to me with any issues or anything that's causing problems so I can offer modifications. But from next week, if you want to, of course, you can start bringing the Tibetan rites into your own practice in the morning, and so you can just get straight out of bed and move straight into them. So you don't have to warm up to them at all. You're able to just come straight into those Tibetan rites anytime that you want to. So what I'm doing at the moment is literally just walking you through everything so that you know where you're at with it, and you can then start to bring it into your own practice. Usually what would happen when you begin is you would start on 3 or 5, and you would start to do that on a daily basis. So for 7 days you would get up and you would do your 3 repetitions of each one times 5. Then the second week you would increase that by 2 and do that for the whole week, okay? And then the third week you would increase by 2 again, up to 9. So by the end of however many weeks, you'll be up to 21. So it is about incrementally just gently moving into these, into the increase. Oh, Melissa's found me. Hello, well done. Good. I'm really pleased you found me today. Sorry, I could just see that out of the corner of my eye. Good. Good morning. Morning. I'm glad you made it this morning for us. Okay, so the numbers that I'm teaching you at the moment, or that I'm leading you through at the moment, are just really a little bit of a response to kind of what's going on for you. So today we're going to be doing 7, but of course if you're more comfortable doing 3, please stop at 3 repetitions of each of each rite. Equally, if you found 5 was good for you, stop at 5. If you want to challenge and just move up to 7 a little bit, then do so. That's okay too, but there's no pressure. This is your practice at the end of the day, so there's no rights and wrongs. It's just about you exploring the Tibetan rites, finding your way around them, so that then after this you can kind of start to bring it into your daily practice, and really that's where the magic happens. When you're doing it on your own and you're you're kind of drawing your energy inwards and you're really focusing on yourself rather than looking at, say, what I'm doing, etc. That's when you're going to start to see the benefits and you'll start to really feel. So this is the thing, this practice for this week is more about leading you into the practice for yourselves, okay? So it's really important that you listen to your body, that you don't force the body to do anything that it doesn't want. So for example, in tabletop, if any of you are struggling with the wrist factor of it, keep your bottom down while you're doing the repetitions, or maybe turn the wrist a little bit to make it more comfortable. So listen to your body, don't force it. And it's the same with any yoga practice really. It's all about me kind of giving you a little bit of guidance, a little bit of assistance into the practice. And then you take it for yourself, and then that's where the beauty of it all comes from. Certainly when I started all those years ago, that was what happened for me when I started to begin that kind of slightly deeper internal work. So anyway, good morning. I feel like I've had 100 cups of coffee this morning. No. We're gonna all start standing in Tadasana. So come to your mat and stand nice and tall. If you're joining me at 9:30 as well for therapeutic yoga, just to let you know, we're going to be focusing on hip opening, and it'll be a little bit about improving your cross legs, a little bit about improving those hip open poses. So that's the focus that we're going to be looking for, but of course it will be framed with a class and with a nice relaxation at the end. Good. Anyway, enough chat. Sorry. I do go on a bit sometimes, I know. Okay, so let's just come to standing. First of all, press all 4 corners of your feet down into the mat. And just make any last minute adjustments that you might need to. Maybe just doing anything you need to do to your hair or your clothing. Good, and let's just take a moment to breathe here. So you can bring the hands to the heart center just to signify that connection with your compassion. And this morning I've drawn the compassion card from the deck. So we're going to be working with that in mind. Compassion for the self, compassion for others. So that's kind of my drive today. So let's just think about bringing palms of the hands firmly together. Thumbs gently brush in towards the breastbone and really press those palms together. Allow the shoulders to relax, but find this lovely opening through the front of the chest. Good. Breathe deeply in and breathe out. A couple of nice cleansing breaths here as you bring yourself to your mat in Tadasana Mountain Pose with Anjali Mudra. So Anjali Mudra, Heart Mudra, this is about connecting to the heart. Breathe in and breathe out. You can close the eyes here if it feels good for you, or you can just gently lower the lashes and soften your gaze. Lifting tall through the crown of your head. Good. Drawing the belly in. Every time you exhale, just seeing if you can release those shoulders just a little bit more. Good. Breathe in and breathe out. Really nice. Beautiful. So, bringing to mind any intentions that you might have for your day ahead. Maybe your own mantra that you work with. Maybe something positive that you want to aim for. Maybe about letting go of something negative that you don't need. Good. One more breath in. Let's just release the hands now. Good. Arms are going to come up. I always just like to get that positioning right of the shoulder girdle before we begin our spin. So taking hands behind the head, just a gentle fingertip touch at the back of the head, and then breath in. As you exhale, draw those elbows back and feel the shoulder blades come together at the back. So feel them squeeze towards each other. Good. Release the arms. Strong through the arms, so I want you to squeeze the muscles of those arms. The palms are facing downwards. When we turn in a nice clockwise direction, only clockwise, okay? So, nice big breath in. Remember, we're going to come to 7 today, so lovely. Release the breath again. Good. Inhale and exhale. We're going to begin to turn, so it might be a slow turn. That's 1. Good. And that's 2. You might want to speed it up a little bit if that's good for you. That's 3. Remember, you can finish at 3 if you want to. And that's 4. And 5. And 6. And 7. Release the arms. Take a nice breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And again, lovely breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And one more time, breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Well done, good. So coming back into your Tadasana for a moment, close the eyes, breathe gently in and out, good. And we're going to come down to the floor. So coming into right number 2, which is our leg lifts, remembering that of course you can just take one leg up at a time if that feels better for you. We're going to make sure that we're protecting our lower back just by popping the hands gently underneath the bottom, much like you would in your fish pose. It just helps to feel that connection into your lower back and really think about drawing your abdominal muscles in. Good. Lovely, nice and firm through the upper body, but soft and relaxed through the face. Breath in. Exhale, lift the legs, lift the head. Shoulders stay on the mat. That's 1. That's 2. Nice breath in, breath out as we lift the legs. That's 3. Flexing those feet. Breath in, breath out. 4. Inhale. Exhale to 5. Inhale. Inhale. Exhale to 6. Inhale. Exhale to 7. Good. Release slowly down. Beautiful. Let go of everything. Take a nice breath in. And exhale through the mouth. Hand can come to the belly. Breath in through the nose. And out through the mouth. And one more time. Lovely big breath in through the nose. And out through the mouth. Good. Bring the other hand to the belly. We're going to just rest here for a moment in between. Gorgeous. Step the feet up towards the groin. Draw your knees in towards your chest. Gentle roll into your back. Good. Cross the legs. We're going to come forwards. So, coming onto our hands and knees now. And then bring yourself up onto those knees. And again, remember, you can pop a blanket under the knees if you're struggling with the knees, or if you feel any tightness through those knees. And we're going to come to our dynamic camel. Dynamic Ustrasana. So again, remembering hands can be into the lower back here, and a slightly gentler movement as we open the chest and then bring the head forwards. Or you can take the hands to just underneath the bottom, open and widen through the chest. Exhale, chin to chest again. Okay, so take a nice big breath in here. And exhale. Got a nose whistle. Good. Inhale. And exhale. We're going to open that chest. Lovely. Find that pressure through the front of the thighs. Good. Inhale, chin to chest. Good. Exhale, open. Inhale, chin to chest. That's number 2. Exhale, open the chest. Inhale, chin down. 3. Exhale, squeeze those shoulders together, open. Exhale, chin. 4. Inhale, good. Exhale, 5. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, 6. One more here. Inhale, open your chest. Good. And release. Beautiful. Come back to kneeling. Going to take those knees a little bit wider apart. Sit down into the knees. Good. Hands onto those thighs. Lift tall through the crown of your head. Relax your shoulders. Breathe in. And out through the mouth. Nice cleansing breath. Breathing in. And out through the mouth. And one more time as we breathe in deeply. And out through the mouth. Good. Closing the eyes for a moment. Breathing in and breathing out. Good. Well done, everybody. So, I'm going to come onto our bottoms now. Bring the legs out in front as we begin in Dandasana. So just take a moment here to check in with your posture. So we're pressing into the heels and the toes are turning up. Not only that, the toes are lifting up, the feet, the outside edges of those feet are lifting up towards you as well. Knees are spiraling inwards a little bit towards each other. And we're removing any flesh that might be in the way here. Good. Lift nice and tall through the crown of the head. Draw your belly in. Press the palms of the hands down. Now again, remember here, you've got the option to maybe turn the hands to make it feel more comfortable, or you can just slide the bottom forwards and back. That might be better for you, depending on what's going on with your wrists. Good. So let's take a nice big breath in here. On the exhale, we're going to lift up into our tabletop, reverse tabletop. Good. Release back down. Good. Sorry, we're going to inhale up. Number 2. Exhale down. Good. Inhale up. Exhale down. 3. Inhale up. Exhale down. 4. Inhale up. Exhale down. 5. Inhale up. Exhale down. 6. drawing that belly in. Exhale down, 7. Well done. Release the hands, gentle rotation through the wrists. Good, and a nice shake through those wrists as well, just to let go of any tightness that might have built up around the wrists. Beautiful. Okay. So again, if you want to, you can come to cross legs. Going to come forwards onto hands and knees, or just bring those legs around, whichever works best for you. Good. So for our 5th rite, we're going to find our hands and knees. Again, remembering you can pop a blanket under the knees. Remembering you can always come down here if the wrists are feeling it a little bit too much, and come into cat-cow if you're doing the modified version. So modified version, we inhale up into our cat pose, we exhale to cow. Good, we inhale and we exhale. But if you're coming into the up dog, down dog version, we're going to find plank pose first of all. Okay, so draw your shoulders away from your ears and really tightly draw those armpits in. So I'm almost imagining you've got a tennis ball underneath each armpit and you don't want it to drop. So you're really strong through that shoulder girdle. Good, we're going to extend away with the right leg and the left. Come into your plank pose. Find comfort in your plank pose. You might need to do a little bit of shifting around. Press down into the heels. Good. And then draw your belly in. Beautiful. Breathe in and breathe out. Good. So remember, you can stop at 3 or 5 if that's where you are, or you can come through with 7. Good. Take a nice breath in here and exhale. Inhale to down dog. Good. Exhale, up dog. Inhale down. Exhale, up. That's 2. Inhale down. Exhale, up. That's 3. Inhale down. Exhale, up. That's 4. Inhale down. Exhale, up. That's 5. Inhale down. Exhale, up. That's 6. Inhale down. Exhale, up. That's 7. Beautiful. Release those knees. Bring yourself back to hands and knees for a moment, and then sink back into your child pose. Good. Big breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And one more time, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Good. Really nice, well done. So, come back to those knees for a moment. Come back onto your knees. Let's just take a moment to allow the body to settle here. Breathing in and breathing out. Good. We're going to do a slightly shorter session this morning, so just come into your cross legs. Allow the legs to just settle down for a moment. We're just going to take a nice gentle twist to finish. So turning softly towards your right knee first. Let's take the left hand over to the right knee, other hand comes behind. We're going to lift up nice and tall. And exhale, see if you can turn a little bit towards the right. Inhaling as you lift. And exhaling, gently turning. Keep this head over your heart, heart over pelvis. So keep this lovely straight line. One more breath in here. Exhale, come back to the center. Lovely. Take a breath in, lift nice and tall through the crown of your head. Exhale over to that left side. So the other hand comes to the knee, other hand comes behind and just supports you nice and softly. Remember this lovely long line through the body. Breath in as you lift. Breath out, gently turning. So it's not a kind of a race to see who can turn and face the wall behind you too much. It's just about finding that soft turn through the chest. Good. Breathe in as you lift. Breathe out, gently turn. Good. Breathing in as you lift. And exhale, let's come back to the centre. Just going to take a nice gentle forward fold just to stretch out those legs a little bit. If you do have a strap handy, feel free to pop it around the bottom of the feet. Good. So let's take a moment here. Breathe in, lift nice and tall. Breathe out, begin to gently hinge forwards. You can either allow the hands to just come down to the shins or to the toes, but I want you to really focus on keeping your back nice and straight and certainly not pulling into that lower back at all. Good. We're just finding a nice stretch through the back of those legs. Beautiful. Breathe in. Close the eyes for a moment or just rest your gaze on your big toe. Or if you've got a little bit more flexibility, you may have your head down to the knee, which is okay too, as long as it's not creating any pain for you. We never move through pain. Breathe in and breathe out. Feel that lovely stretch in the legs. Maybe extend it a little bit more by pressing into the heels. Good. Breathe in and breathe out. Belly's drawn in. One more breath in here. Exhale, release. Good. And let's come back to our cross legs. Turn your palms facing upwards. Good. Bring the thumb and the first finger together, sending the other fingers away. Allow your body to soften and relax. Gentle lift through the chest. Sit bones firmly planted into your mat. Good. Breathe in and breathe out. Notice how your breath feels. Notice if you feel a little bit energized by your practice. Nice. Breathing in and breathing out. Eyes are closed or just a nice soft gaze if that's preferred. Come into silence for a moment. Notice any sounds that you might be able to hear. And then bring your awareness away from those external sounds and draw that awareness inwards for a moment. Gently releasing any muscles that are feeling tension. Gently softening the arms and the legs. Finding a smoothness across the forehead and maybe a gentle smile. Make you feel a little bit lighter. Good. Breathe in. Breathe out. Beautiful. One more nice big breath in here. As we exhale, just releasing your mudra, allowing the fingers to wriggle a little bit. Maybe a little bit of work through the wrists. And gently flicker open the eyes. Good. We're going to bring hands to our heart center. And again, connecting into the heart center. I want you to think about compassion for a moment. So the card that I drew this morning, I'll be reading it in the second class as well, is sometimes the most positive effect on our own well-being comes from showing compassion to someone else. By being understanding, kind and caring to those around us, we are exercising our own best qualities and actively putting goodness and light into the world. With my compassion, I make a positive difference to the world. And I'm sensitive to the needs of others. Good. Just take a moment to allow that all to settle. We're going to bring the hands to the forehead. Think kind and loving thoughts about ourselves and others. Bring it to the lips and speak with kindness and the truth. And take it to your heart. And let's have a kind, open and loving heart. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for the rites again. So that was day 4 completed and under your belt. Tomorrow morning is going to be the last day of doing the rites, and then of course if any of you have any questions and you want to bring them into your daily practice because you felt the benefit from them and the way that it's quite a nice short practice, then certainly feel free to message me and I can send you details, etc. So morning everybody, hope you've all had an enjoyable session. And some of you I know will be joining me at 9:30, so I'm going to switch off and then start up at 9:30 again for therapeutic yoga with a focus on releasing through the hips. Thank you. Namaste. Have a lovely day. Bye bye.